I'm now going to show you how I made this lovely pallet wood box. Now these are great for all sorts. This is going to be a toolbox for my little boy, but you could have it as a toy box, a toolbox, you varnish it, and a box for your garden to keep your bits and bobs in. You could have one in your garage, or you make a big one and you have it in your hallway to sit on to put your shoes on. There's all sorts what you can make it from these, but they are real simple and look really solid. I think they look great as well. This one isn't going to be that easy to show you, but from a schematic I managed to go through all my pile of wood, and for the main slats I can get 3 pieces out of each of these. These are the smaller ones for the sides, and these are the wider ones for the base and the lid. And on the pallets, the cross beams, the thicker cross beams, I'm managing to cut across there, which is going to be my 4 corner posts. So out of these, how many have I got? 6, 10, 11 planks to go all the way around the sides, the base and the lid. And out of these 2 pieces, which were cross pieces on the pallets, these thicker pieces, can you see? I can get all of the uprights. Only the outside really needs to be nicely sanded. The outside and the top of the lid. The inside doesn't matter too much, but again, you don't want it real rough. Like these pieces here, you can see. These are really rough. So going over those with the sander, it doesn't need so much as to plane them. I might get the plane out just to take the main of it off. But all of these planks here, you can see they are in pretty good nick. So let's get the sander out. Wow. My sander has got a dust collector on, but you still get a lot of dust, look. You can see. So it is advisable to use a dust mask. Ugh. I've been through most of these and I'd already sorted out. The ones that were going on the bottom didn't matter at all. The other ones, I sorted through. Some of them, look, were absolutely fine to start with. No marks, no nouts. Other ones that were a little bit rough, you can see I've just given a bit of a sand and they've come up nice and smooth. You can see the difference here, look. This one to this one. They were both the same when I started. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just taking the rough off. This one's been sanded, this one hasn't. You can see it's clear as night and day in it. All you're doing is you're just taking the rough off the top. So I've just been running my sander along the top of there, just taking off all these parts. I'll do this one last piece here. I just saved it to be able to show you. I'll do this one last piece here and then we'll get these cut with the saw. All I'm using is I'm just using a how many teeth? 8 points per inch hand saw. I've just got a clamp, just clamped it from my bench, just cutting them through. When we've got them all cut, then I'll show you how we're going to put it all together. I've cut it all up now into my pieces. I've got my 1 inch by 2 inch pieces for supports inside, my side pieces, my front and back, and my base and my lid. So it's going to be 3 across on the base, 3 across on the lid. It's going to be 4 high on each side, and then these are going to be the supports for the inside. So you can see there where I've smoothed them all off with a sander and I've cut them all to size. Now all I'm going to do now is I'm going to knock the supports up and then start putting pieces on. You can see they have got a little bit of character, which is going to be good. Now I thought about taking the grain off, but I thought, nah, what's the point? It's going to look rustic. That's the idea. There you go. By measuring them all out beforehand, I knew exactly how many pieces I needed, so I didn't waste any. Right there, to make things easier for myself, what I've done is the framework that's going to be inside of the box. I've used my wood glue in between each piece, and I've just stuck a staple on every join. And I'm going to leave this now. Well, I'm going to leave it overnight now, and I'm going to leave it to dry. And when I come out in the morning, I'm going to tack all the sides on. So all I've done is I've glued it and I've stapled it on every join, and that it's much easier than using tack nails, using one of these staples. And all we'll do in the morning is we'll come and we'll put all the sides on. It's like a workbench for an elf. Let's get these sides on. The way I'm going to do the sides is I'm going to slightly overlap them on each side. I'll show you as I get to it. So that one's going to overlap there, and then that one's going to overlap there, and it's going to work its way around like a lattice. It will make sense as I show you. Now I've got the other side to do. Now we need to put the pieces on the sides. See how it fits, like that. Just like that. Now some of these pieces, they aren't exactly straight, so you just have to kind of mix and match until you can find where it fits the best, like that. Then all I'll do is I'll just fit a couple of screws down the sides. Perfect. Putting the final side on now. if you've measured these right, there should be quite a tight fit now. And there's the final one. And all I need to do now is just screw them all down in place, just like the other side. Perfect. Now that we've got all the sides on the box, there it is, you see, and I don't need to tell you how sturdy this thing is. All we need to do now is we're going to make the top. Use these 3 pieces to make a lid that opens and closes. So what we'll do is we'll get a hinge. We'll put a couple of small slats on here, one across there. We'll put a hinge to there, and then we'll have an opening lid for our box. There we go. Solid. All I need to do now is fit the hinge. There we go. Now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the sander, just go around all the edges. But there, you can see, all I did was, if you can see on the back of here, is where the hinges go. I cut out a little tiny recess for both of the hinges to fit in. There and there. And apart from a bit of a few wood chips in there. There you go, look. Now that there, it could be a toolbox, it could be a little box for the back of the garden where you want to keep a few things in, it could be a toy box inside the house, it could be anything you want. This is going to be a toolbox for my little boy. Now I measured it, and the size of everything you need to put in it when I can find it. There you see. Yeah, I don't know how many pieces I used. Three wide pieces, say probably 10 slats of wood, and some of the thicker supports from inside. But there you can see I've made a properly solid box. Now, by staggering the pieces, they fit together tighter. I don't know if you noticed in the video, but when I got the last couple on, they fit in properly tight. Because these pieces of wood aren't a uniform shape or size, you do have to jigsaw them a little bit, but the little bit of time and effort that you take to find a little piece that's longer or wider at one side than other, or that isn't exactly bowed, and if you can mess about with it a little bit, they do fit really well. And I think it makes a great rustic look. I mean, there's a good weight there as well. I know you could stand on that, no bother, and it wouldn't fall. You could use this for anything in the garden that you wanted. I'm going to sand it off and then I might give it a coat of varnish. I was considering painting it, letting my little boy paint it. But I like the way it looks with the different types of wood. So I will run the sander over it and then we'll maybe see about giving it a coat of varnish. But there you go. Perfect.